So we've been in our new store for almost a month, and a question that I still get all the time is like, why did you move? Do you like it better? And things like that. So let's talk about it. Let's have a real honest conversation about like why we moved. If this is your first time with us, I'm Laura, and together with my daughter Alicia, we own Paper Crane Shop. Paper Crane Shop is a stickers and stationery store, and we actually own a store in our local mall where we also have an in-store cafe. So we are located at the Magic Valley Mall here in Twin Falls, Idaho, and we've been a part of our mall for just a little over a year now. We started off in a little kiosk kind of like in the middle of the mall, and we did so great and we grew out of that so quickly that 45 days later, we converted one of the outlying retail spaces that was still inside of the mall building into a store when really it was meant to be used as office space. A year later, we have moved again. I want to stress that there was no suitable retail store for us at the time that we were looking for one in the mall. And we were excited and ecstatic to take this office space and just try to make the most of what we could with what we had. And I think that we did that. So we've been in our new store for almost a month. And a question that I still get all the time is like, why did you move? Do you like it better? And things like that. So let's talk about it. Let's have a real honest conversation about like why we moved. I want to stress, like super duper stress right now, that I'm really thankful to our mall for letting us do what we did in converting that office space into a retail store. We're so grateful that they allowed us the opportunity to do that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a retail store. So here's some of the reasons why we moved. Number one, we were outgrowing the space. It was less than 1,200 square feet, I would say. I don't know, I'm not good at measuring. And it was just very, what we affectionately called creatively shaped. Try to include a photo here of kind of like our floor plan for that space. You'll notice there's like a lot of like sharp edges and just really weird corners. And again, it just wasn't set up to be a retail space. And it was just so tiny, and we were just growing so much and trying to bring new items to the store, and we just literally physically couldn't fit them in. We also really wanted to like grow our coffee bar, expand our product line there. Our coffee bar was so teeny tiny. Literally, like I'm standing at my bathroom vanity right now. I think I have more room here than we did in our coffee bar. It was impossible to have more than one person standing there at any given time. So like our workflow just wasn't the best. We wanted more room. We wanted to expand. We wanted to grow. Okay, I went a little heavy-handed on the bronzer. I need to chill. Number two, we wanted a better location. Again, we were on the outskirts of the mall. We were like in this just really weird spot. Like, I don't even know how to explain how weird of a spot it was. We were in our food court, which I guess did tie into the fact that, you know, we have a coffee bar, but you just don't expect to see a retail store over there. So if you don't expect to see one, then you don't expect to find one. So people weren't looking for us there. We were right next to one of the main entrance doors or exit doors, I guess, depending which way you see it, to the mall. So yeah, a lot of people would see us on their way in, but only if you parked like at that specific entrance or exit. And because, so like the strip of the mall was kind of like this way, I'll try to include something here that actually shows like what I'm talking about. We were kind of like off in this other branch of it. So if you were only gonna go shopping and you knew you weren't gonna go to the food court, you were not gonna go down that hallway ever. And you actually couldn't see our store from that main hallway. I'll try to include something here as well for that. If you stood right where the food court was, you could see all of the food court spots except ours. Our store, like all the food court stores were like this, and our store went like in, like it concaved a little bit. So if you didn't know about us, you just didn't know about us. You were not going to stumble upon us there. So I had to work really hard every single day to get people into our retail store, to remind people where we were, and to direct people to our location. Like we would get people that would come to the mall all the time, be like, I couldn't find you, even though I would say every single day exactly like next to what store you could find us. And I think I've mentioned this in a video before, but I think it also like affected our sales to be so close to the entrance. I feel like we would hear people tell each other, well, let's not spend our money in the first place we saw. We'll come back. Like, we'll do a lap. Like, they wouldn't tell us that. They'd like tell each other that. And I think people, you know, they walk around the mall, they see other things, they spend their money there, and by the time they come back to us, when they're exiting, they've spent their money. or they've at the very least made the conscious decision that they're done for the day. And so at that point, you have to lure someone in with not just a great product, but like a product that they feel like they literally cannot live without, and they have to feel like they're getting it at a steal because they've already made the decision that they're done, so they're heading towards the exit, towards their car to go home or go out to dinner or whatever people do like after the mall. And you have to grab their attention, get them inside, have them find something that they absolutely love, and then they have to feel like they're getting it for an absolute steal, which is just, that's a really heavy like order. That's a really tough thing to do. And 3, another big one was retail merchandising. We had these huge, like just ginormous windows and really little doors, but they were all glass. Like just the whole storefront was all glass, and we felt like it was necessary to have things facing out so that people could see what we had and when it would lure them in. But that meant that we had to have twice the inventory because we have to have things in the displays, and then we have to have the things inside for people to actually buy them. If you only have them in the windows, that kind of forces people to ask the cashier for help, and a lot of people are too shy to do that. You know, they're not gonna be like, hey, can you get me this thing from the window? Because like, what if you just wanted a closer look? What if you weren't totally like sold on buying it? And so I think that affected our sales as well. We were just working like really constantly to like refresh all of that window space, which was a lot of window space to consistently reset and make it feel like we had new things or new collections or new versions or what have you. So we moved, and we've been at our new store for almost 30 days. And let me tell you guys, all 3 reasons why we moved, like these were our big ones, all true. I can tell you guys that like right now, like yes, clear as day, I was right. I love being right. I was right, and it was a good decision to move. So yeah, we are now kind of like in the middle of the mall. So honestly, like depending on what store you're going to, you're probably gonna pass by us, which is great for like visibility, discoverability, right? Number 2, we are now next to, like in our specific location that we're at in the mall, we are now next to a lot more stores. Like before, we were next to one food court spot. And so you want to think about it. I don't want it to come off as like stealing customers. You're more like dipping into their customer base. Like when they would have sales, they would get more people to come into the door and visit them. And yeah, maybe those people would look, but that's like not our prime demographic. And that's okay. It's nothing against them. That just wasn't like, we didn't share a lot of clientele. And now, now I'm next to, I think one of my eyelashes is like curling in. Sorry. Okay, so I'm actually between a GameStop and an American Eagle Outfitters. So all the girly pops that go to American Eagle Outfitters, they pass by our store, or they at least see our store on the way into the American Eagle. Cutesy girly pops that love to shop, that's our clientele, yeah. And then you have the GameStop on the other side. We actually have like desk mats, and like there's a lot of like girly gamer thing that like kind of translates into like office supplies, like cute markers, cute pens, all that kind of stuff that we have. We get a lot of girly pops that way too. We also have a kiosk right outside of our store. It's a sunglass hut. So again, girly pops, they're going there buying glasses, they're spending money, and they're looking at our store all the time. Or even guys, they go to the sunglass hut, they're, you know, waiting for the guy at the sunglass hut kiosk, Bryce, to bag up their sunglasses, and they're looking, they're like, oh, maybe I'll bring my girl here. Maybe I'll buy my girl a present here. Like, see, you guys see the vision? Le vision, if you will. And then right across from us, there's a brand new, like really big Buckle, which is a clothing store out here. They sell clothing and accessories for guys and girls. So all the people that are going there, they're also looking at our store. And it's so easy to like see the difference in the amount of people coming in and know that that's what's happening, because I see them walk in with their Buckle bags and I didn't used to see that. I see them walking in with their Sunglass Hut bags and I didn't used to see that. Like, so this is like a new clientele that we're tapping into. That's just exactly what is touching our store. Next to the American Eagle, there's a Bomi. The Bomi girlies are coming. Next to that, there's the Maurice's. The Maurice's girlies are coming. It just is starting to like, it's almost like a snowball, and it's starting off little and it's getting bigger, 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 bigger. So our sales have definitely gone up. We've seen a lot more visitors. We're noticing like a lot new customers that we've never met, because we know our clients pretty well. Lacey and I are there all the time, so we see our customers all the time. We know our regulars, and we can tell when like new people come and visit us because we talk to the people that come in. But like with everything, we have a whole new array of problems. And so problem number one is, yeah, we needed more space, but maybe we now might have a little bit too much space to like maybe grow into. Obviously we're making more sales, which means things are leaving our shelves faster, and Alicia and I still hand make 99% of the items that we have. So that means that we're spending a lot more time trying to restock, which it's a great problem to have, but it is still a problem that I need to kind of figure out. We're looking more and more into getting more things manufactured, which is hard because Alicia and I have enjoyed having like that control over our products and being able to kind of, I guess, be really smart about how we invest. For example, if we have a new idea, I can just make 5 of them and see if it sells or not, instead of like ordering hundreds or even thousands from a manufacturer at once. Problem number 2, our coffee setup is like not ideal. It's not what I had envisioned, but at the end of the day, I am renting out the space. I don't own it. Basically, I'm just limited in what I can do. So I kind of had to cave on what I wanted, and our current coffee setup is just not what I would have loved. It's not the most aesthetic either, which is something that I'm working on. And on the subject of that, getting the plumbing done and getting all the coffee stuff set up, it took way longer and way more money than I thought. So we've actually spent the first 30-ish days of our new business, like in our new location. Half of those days, we were missing half of our business. We couldn't serve any drinks, we couldn't serve any coffee, we couldn't do any of that. And that was a blow financially, you know? I'm not gonna lie, our sales have gone up, not as much as they would have if we weren't missing half our business for half the month. Does that kind of make sense? Like, we're seeing our average order value go up, we're seeing the number of visitors go up, and more people are visiting and spending more. But when we are missing half our business, we're also losing all that revenue. And then of course we have to talk about like opportunity costs. How many people that passed by our store would have came in if they saw that we had coffee? How many of those people would have not just bought a coffee, but bought a cookie to go with it? How many of those people would have, while they were waiting for their drink to be prepared, walked around, bought something for themselves or for a loved one? How many of them would have maybe not bought anything but decided they loved our brand so much they wanted to follow it on social media, maybe get our emails, stuff like that, and maybe in a month or 2 they buy? Like, again, that snowball that I talked about earlier, like, it could be a lot bigger right now. And so yeah, the whole coffee bar situation, that's been the most impactful in just a lot of ways. Additionally, the new setup makes it so that I can never, even when it is dead slow, have just one person running the shop. There has to be 2 at all times, which has doubled my payroll expenses, like that. And given that we didn't get off to a great start because we didn't even have drinks the first 2 weeks, that's a little rough. This is just another one of those things in small business that it's hard out here, y'all, it's hard. All that being said, I am super happy that we moved. I'm super happy in our new location, and I think that we're gonna do great things with it. We've done a lot more with a lot less, and the journey continues. The journey of a small business continues. And we're staying afloat, we're still surviving, and every day is a new day to make even more happen. So if you like this video, give it a like, maybe share it. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know in the comments what more you want me to touch on. And I will see you guys in the next one.